everyone, it's Matt here with Barney from Powerhoof. We're going to be talking about Crawl, aren't we?
Yes.
Absolutely. So give us a rundown. What is Crawl all about?
Crawl's a local multiplayer dungeon crawler where all the monsters and traps are controlled by your friends on the couch next to you.
So it's 1 versus 3, I might add.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so with that in mind, I mean, there's a lot of inspiration from games like Gauntlet and a lot of dungeon crawlers, procedurally generated stuff like Binding of Isaac. What separates Crawl from the rest of those dungeon crawlers?
I mean, you get to be the monsters. That's basically it, you know. So we try to make it so that all of the kind of dungeon crawl experiences you sort of have from like classic games, you get to have those experiences again, but from the opposite side as well.
Yeah, I do notice like a lot of these kinds of dungeon crawlers where the majority of them are cooperative fare. So you go around 4 players, they're all on the same team, fighting against a common cause and a common goal. With this one in particular, it's kind of a round-robin structure where you play as a hero and some people can actually conspire to take you down and then they take your place, involve like humanity, and everyone else becomes the monster that way. So in terms of balancing, like, were there any difficulties in regards to balancing the monsters, their health count, as well as the heroes?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of work balancing all that stuff, but we've sort of made it so that all the different, every scenario that sort of happens, so like this matchup of these monsters and these traps and this hero, they're randomly generated and no matchup lasts for that long, and so you get a lot of mismatched matchups, and they're often the most fun ones when you end up really overpowered in a thing, or you're really underpowered for a bit and you're really struggling, but it's just for one room and then it's different in the next room. So yeah, in some ways the unbalanced stuff is kind of part of what I like about it.
Well, it's great as well. Like, I mean, it is a multiplayer fair as well. So, like, when things are a bit unfair, that's when things get a bit ruckusy, get a little bit out of hand. And that's what you kind of want.
Yeah. For the local multiplayer stuff, for us, it's much less about being a super tight, balanced, competitive experience, and more about being a sandbox to grief your friends and just like annoy each other and make silly things happen.
Yeah. Now let's talk longevity as well. I mean, being procedurally generated, this game has a hell of a lot of it. Are there any modifiers that we can use to fine-tune our experiences?
No. It's all about just the kind of just the random stuff that comes up in each game. So, I mean, the way we've got it set up is that the people really make all the fun for each other, you know? And so your slow learning of the game and your friends' learning of the game is the thing that's going to make it change and get more interesting over time. We've got a lot of stuff that can unlock and things like that to sort of just keep it getting a bit more rich over time. But the main thing is not mechanical switches in the game that change. It's mostly just you and your friends learning more about the game and coming up with different ways to screw each other over.